Hello, welcome to Rituals of the Elder Gods. I created this system with the idea of recreating any horror film that you would want to play characters through. So I'm using the dial theory, where you have your action, your horror, your investigation, and your intrigue. You can make it more or less of any of those. Such a complex system needs a character sheet that makes it easier to play. So what I did here was try to focus on what I could do to make your gameplay just a little easier. So I have this free adventure module out called Hell Depot. It has randomized areas so that you can replay it again and again. I took Arthur Vance from that pre-generated character list and played it, and afterwards I gained 3 free training points that I can spend anywhere. Now this sheet collects all of your training points and tallies them up front here so that you basically get an overall idea of how much your character has learned from the beginning. So when you start your character sheet, you want to add your starting ranks here by clicking the buttons, plus adds, minus subtracts, and that gives you your starting ranks, and you're going to do the same thing with your skills. Now, last night during gameplay, I did succeed at a couple things, and when you succeed in a skill, you get a check mark. At the end of the session, that check mark turns into an automatic um, training point. And as you can see, I have no training points yet, and it's going to be a pain to uncheck and add all the training points. So what I did was create a nice little button, in session experience converter. You click that, all those check marks go away, and then you gain 1 training point in the appropriate skill. This does take a little bit of time, not too long. Try as I might, I couldn't reduce the amount of time it takes. If you have all of the check marks on, it's going to take the most time. So the more check marks there. But as you can see, now I've got training points over here. So that one little button gets you ready for the next session, keeps track. Every time you get 5 training points, you're going to go up a rank. As I will show you here, you can use these buttons to just go ahead and add training points in case maybe you wanted to spend your free training points on something. So I clicked it up to athletics, and now my athletics has a rank where before it didn't. So as you can see. Here we have your STLs. 1 is just a -1 to difficulty, but if I did a 2, I would get a +2 dice bonus, and it would automatically calculate there. So the sheet auto-calculates as you put stuff. Here we have your combat and health, basically your combat HUD. All of these are your attributes that are derived from all the different stats calculated for you. Should you take damage, let's say I took 15 damage. There it is. It hasn't hit my wound threshold, so I've taken no wounds. If I wanted to, I can click heal, put a certain amount, or just hit enter. Heals all the damage. If I take 20, boom, it automatically goes into a wound. So let's say I take 5 more, no big deal. Let's say I take another 15. I've taken now 2 wounds, it's yellow. That means I'm unconscious. So if I were to take 20 more, then I've taken 1 wound over my max, I'm dead. That's why it's red. You can click this here to go ahead and heal that. So now we have your weapons HUD. There's no weapon to select. So what you do is you go back here in this area for your weapons or the extended armory. Anything written in these 2 areas will be able to be listed. So once you have your weapons here, like Arthur Vance uses the Cherokee M36 Chief. These are real weapons. I did have to change the names of the weapons. So this is the loadout. It gives me +2 attack dice modifier, 7 damage. I've chosen single shot, though I could have chosen, let me get this, there we are. I could have chosen semi-automatic because it's either a single shot or a semi-automatic gun. And basically single shot gives you +2, semi-automatic does not give you +2. So having it as a single shot gives me +2. Coming back up here, I'm just like, refresh loadout. It will look like nothing has happened, but when you now select it, you can select the chief. It auto-calculates your attack dice and the damage. So you know you just need to take 6 dice, roll it. If you hit, you do 9 damage, range of 30. Ammo, you can add ammo, you can subtract ammo. either using these buttons one at a time, or you can go back and adjust it here. Down here is your garments. When you are wearing stuff, you put the check mark on. So that tells the system that you are wearing it, and it like adjust your wound threshold. These are basically derived stats. If something gives you a bonus like leather gloves, +1 DP, +1 stat bonus to presence, that's why I've created your custom buffs. You have 12 different slots. Basically, these right here are from your talents. Danger Sense, that's your forte, and as you can see, I combined 2 of them. This one gives you a +2, this one gives you a +1. I made it a +3. And over here, you can choose your target from all categories, derived stats, different attributes, different skills. So you'll be able to create your own custom buffs, and there should be plenty after what your character has to offer for temporary. These here are your combat condition modifiers. Helps you keep track of stuff. I've got fractured bones, or I'm afraid. These will not auto-calculate into your sheet. There's only a couple things that would affect the sheet, and most of it has to do with like dice rolling and or AP, SP expenditures. So I wasn't able to really auto-calculate anything. However, there's a nice little warning that says, hey, check that dashboard because you have something checked. So you get this nice little warning like, oh, that's right, I forgot I had that. Well, it's no longer a condition, or it would still apply. Your gear stress levels, whenever your gear takes stress damage, you can keep track of it here. If you get to level 1, then up here you get a -1 to all of your skills. And then if you go to level 2, it says it right here, -2. So anything 2, 3, or 4 will be up here. It'll give you minuses to all your skills. This doesn't look like it has a minus here because it had a +2. So actually a -2 + 2, 0. It freaked me out one time because I thought it wasn't working. I was like, what's going on? I remembered. Oh yeah, I've got a bonus. So just check that back there. And only one can stay checked out of all this, so you only have to click the current level you're on. We have bags. You can type whatever you want inside the bag. I typed it here. I put my bulk in parentheses. Like I know my PI kit's 1 bulk, a camera's 1 bulk. If I lost the camera, I would erase it, but I would know I could erase 1 bulk here. If you accidentally or decided, put too much, oh look, that's too much. It's telling you right here, red, this is too much. You do have to fill in these little areas here. This particular bag has a 6 capacity with a 10% reduction. So now that I have 4 in it, boom, right there. And what that does is up here, this is your total amount that you can carry and wear. And I'm sitting at 13.1. And that calculated all of the spots that have bulk, calculates garments when they're clicked. And then you have additional bags down here. I believe that is all I wanted to go over. You have a variety of spots for everything that you could possibly need. Conditional modifiers. We have your garments, your bags, stuff for your computers if you're running games with computers. You got your mythos, which is basically your magic. Got your little information right here that deals with magic. These are your paths, your perks, techniques. Lots of areas for techniques. And here you got your fortes, phobias, and addictions. Personal information. You got a reference page that has a variety of stuff taken from the rules of the book, things that I think that you might want to just know instead of having to look up all of the time. You got your additional notes, additional jobs. We went through extended armory, which got you extra bags. Additional techniques if you need them. Got more room for your computers as well as programs and cybernetics in case you're running a high-tech game. I am really hoping you are enjoying the game. And if for some reason you die or you just want a new character sheet, then you can totally just forget everything. So as you can see, I now have 13 training points because I put 4 into here, plus all of that, plus my unfree spent. Character total 13. But let's forget everything. You have to caps reset. In order for that to work. This way you don't accidentally wipe your character. Because when I mean wipe character, it wipes your character. You forget everything. There's no character here anymore. So obviously I'm not going to save this. But thank you again for watching. I hope you are enjoying the game. Lots more stuff to come. And have a wonderful evening. Good luck surviving.